A lot of people struggle with straightening up the steering wheel after turning. The best way to do it is, one, don't look at the steering wheel when you're trying to straighten up, because that's not going to tell you where the steering wheel is facing. It's going to confuse you. So don't look at the steering wheel. And then also what you can do is just let go of the steering wheel slightly and let it correct itself. The wheels always want to go straight. So release the steering wheel slightly and then you'll see it straighten up back to the center. Finding the biting point makes it so much easier for you to move off and makes you more confident as a driver. But for some people, it's really hard. Well, this hack will make it so easy for you to find it. This one requires you to use your handbrake. So when you put your handbrake on and you bring the clutch up, you see the car dip. So if you look in your rearview mirror, you see the lines dip down. This means that you're at the biting point. Now, once you're there, hold it still at that point, and then when you're ready to move, release the handbrake and the car will move forward. A lot of my learners struggle with changing gears and keeping the steering wheel straight. Now, this can be quite dangerous, especially if you imagine in a situation where you haven't got much space, like a narrow dual carriageway, and there's a car next to you or a van next to you, and then you're swerving while you're trying to change gears. One of the best ways to get over this is to use one hand. Just have your hand on the steering wheel, then put your other hand on the gear stick for a while, and maybe even turn a little bit with the steering wheel when you're coming up to a bend. This is going to train you to actually hold the steering wheel with one hand without swerving. And then you're going to realize it's not even that hard. Once you do it a couple of times, you'll see that you can keep the car straight without struggling. The reason why people swerve when they're changing gears is because they're not used to having just one hand on the steering wheel, and then that one hand is either going to push up or down too much. But if you just train it to be holding the steering wheel by itself, then you're going to realize, oh, I can actually keep the car straight with one hand. And then afterwards, you can use two hands, and now you can change gears without swerving. Now, people sometimes they'll use too much force and then they'll go into the wrong gear. They might even go to one, which is not good. It will have the same effect as you braking really hard, and then the person behind you will get a nasty shock, and then you're going to get a nasty shock as well when they crash into the back of you. So to prevent this from happening, what you want to do is use an open palm technique. So instead of grappling the gear stick and trying to force it into gear, use an open palm. From 2, push to neutral, let go of it fully, and then from neutral, just push up straight without any direction. Don't grab it, try and go left or right, just push upwards. It's gonna go into 3 this way. There's no other gear you can go into. That's the easiest way to get into gear 3.